I am Miss Lovedrop, your storyteller, and today I would like to share with you an African tale, Under the BaoBab Tree. Under the BaoBab Tree. Now, most people would say that Africa is one of the most beautiful continents in the world. Now, I must agree because I have been to Africa. Now, people come from around the world just to see this awesome tree. They travel many, many miles to see this fascinating and unique BaoBab tree. This tree has lived and can live for over 3,000 years. It can grow as tall as 82 up to 98 feet high up into the sky. And the diameter around the trunk of the tree is 46 feet or more. The branches extend and can grow as long as 125 feet long. This tree can house water up to 1,200 gallons. The tree has so many purposes, over 300 purposes and ways that you can use resources from this tree. Food, shelter, weaving ropes and clothing, medicine, ceremonies, rituals, and a place to gather and tell stories. This tree can be found in West Africa and South Africa. You see, many years ago, there was an old griot who took time to walk the earth in Africa, and he would walk and carry a heavy cloth bag of books and stories on his back. He would travel every day from mountain to mountain, from valley to valley, and from river to river, sharing his stories with the children and with the families. As he traveled every day, taking time to share his stories, unbeknown to him, the birds, a flock of birds in the sky, would travel with him from tree to tree, listening to all of the stories that he shared. As the old griot took time to travel, carrying that heavy bag of books on his back, he began to grow weary and very tired. So he sat down underneath the BaoBab tree. And as he sat there, he began to talk to Mother Earth about carrying the load of those books on his weary back and for being so old. Now, as he sat there and he talked to Mother Earth, the birds up in the tree could hear the old griot's conversation to Mother Earth. The old griot said, "Now, Mother Earth, I'm tired. This bag is so heavy. Who will help me to spread and carry my stories around the world for children and for families to hear them from mountain to mountain, from valley to valley, and through the rivers and the rivers?" Well, as he sat there and he began to take himself a long nap. the birds up in the tree, they flew down to the ground where the old griot was sitting. And they took their beaks. And they took the string. And they opened up the bag of books. And they began very carefully to tear the pages out of the books. And the pages of the stories began to fall on the ground. Now the branches from that BaoBab tree began to blow and blow harder and harder and harder. And as those branches were blowing in the trees, the pages out of the books began to rise up, and they began to travel from mountain to mountain, and from valley to valley, and through the rivers for the children and the families to hear the stories. The birds went back up into the BaoBab tree, and they sat there as the old griot began to wake up, and he looked down, and he noticed that his bag of books were empty. He had no idea what had happened to his books, but he looked up, and he saw the flock of birds had begun to fly together up high up into the sky. And he looked down with a smile, put his head right into his bosom area, and that's where he found peace within himself, right there, sitting underneath the BaoBab tree, or we can say the tree of life. He was so happy to know that his stories were going to be shared from mountain to mountain, from valley to valley, through the rivers and through the rivers, for the children and for the families to hear. Now they say in Africa, people are still coming today, and they're taking time to sit around that BaoBab tree, the tree of life, and they're taking time to hear stories just like you just heard from me today. Continue to tell your stories. Until the next time, keep on that storytelling journey. Until next time, goodbye.